man to make history here this evening.
What's up, everybody? It's week 9 of the NFL season, Halloween night. We're outside the old homestead. It's pretty scary. Handing out treats to all the little kids. Look at that. Rocking and rolling. We're going to go ahead and get started. Everybody's got things to do. Before we get started, I think we got something to talk about with the World Series. I think you predicted 6 games. I predicted a sweep.
Really? You want to go back and replay that video, please?
I remember sweep, and in fact, last time I saw it was a sweep. So
I think, I could be wrong. I think you said something about Tigers are going to sweep. There's no way San Francisco
I don't remember
wins
who
a
I
game.
said. I don't remember exactly what I said, but I do remember sweep. But you got to remember, we were up 3-1. We gave up 10 unearned runs throughout that series. In fact, right now, Game 5 is being replayed, and it's just pissing me off watching it even more because now without baseball being on, there is nothing on right now, unless you're an NBA fan. I guess that's starting to get started. But
Well, you got the Blues.
don't remember seeing them play in the last week or so.
Is hockey not started yet?
No, unfortunately not. And I know nobody gives a shit, but I was at the game where the Blues finally clinched a playoff series for the first time in like 10 years, and it was so awesome. And then they do this, and it's just they're going to lose a fan base.
Well, you got college basketball.
You do have college basketball, Missouri.
Exhibition game last night.
And whipping the shit out of who again? Southern.
Was it Northwest Missouri State
something
or something
like that. They didn't even play with their best guy, supposedly. So.
Well, they had 25 turns. Anyways, that different.
But yeah, if I had a big old pile of crow, I know we've got a couple people that says, you idiot, San Francisco swept. But yeah, whatever. I mean,
I at least said they had a chance. I took the Tigers in 6, but I knew
and when you look back at it, just off the All-Star game itself, you had Verlander start that, get lit up, and unfortunately, who won the actual All-Star game for the National League? It was San Francisco players. I mean, Cabrera didn't really figure in anything, but it is what it is. It was the lowest rated, I think, World Series of all time, and unfortunately, the clinch game went up against a pretty good football game that night when you had, I think, Peyton Manning and the Saints offense, which should have been a competitive game, which ended up not being. But
yeah, but in none of those games, it's kind of like the last 3 games against the Cardinals.
They were all boring.
There was no excitement, no lead changes. It was just Giants pretty much dominated. So it wasn't probably by the 4th inning, most people were turning away.
Yeah, I just sitting here watching this Game 5 again, going like, man, if we could have just won that game. It's just ugh. Anyway, let's go ahead and get started. First up, we got Thursday night. We have the Chargers hosting the Chiefs. Exactly. Did you just yawn?
Yeah.
The Chargers are actually a 7.5-point favorite. Even at home with these two crappy teams, that number's a little big, but I'm going to go ahead and have to take the Chargers at 7.5. The Chiefs look horrible. I think the Chargers are actually decent against the run and shitty against the pass. Unfortunately, I think that Kansas City is shitty at passing. So, take those two in consideration. Give me the Chargers minus 7.5.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chargers also at home. I guess I don't understand how you have Jamal Charles and he has 5 carries in a game. Granted, he only got 4 yards. I understand that. But he needs to be touching the ball more. And the fact that they didn't have him in that game plan last week, maybe he was hurt. I haven't heard any injuries, but I don't understand what Romeo Crennel is doing. And I almost see both of these teams possibly having new coaches next year.
Easily. And what was weird about that, they brought Castle in late. And if Castle was good enough to play, I don't understand why you wouldn't have started him. I mean, he is your number 1 guy. Granted, I mean, you didn't look like world beaters when he was in there, but still, you didn't have much with Brady Quinn. So I didn't understand that at all. If he's good enough to play then, why not play, from the get-go? But anyway. And it's Thursday night, so our record in Thursday nights, I think our best thing in the last couple of weeks been a push.
Yeah, bet the house on KC probably.
Next up, we have the Bengals and the Broncos. The Broncos are trending way upward, and the Bengals, not so much. They've kind of stalled here a little bit with a loss to Cleveland 2 weeks ago, and whoever they played last week. And I can't even.
They were on a bye last week.
They were on a bye last week, so that's why they didn't lose, and that's why I couldn't think of anything. Give me the Broncos minus 4, even on the road. I really think that as Peyton Manning gets more comfortable with his receivers and what he's got around him, it's just going to go better. I mean, I didn't see this at all coming from Peyton Manning. Coming off neck surgery is tough. Give me the Broncos -4.
Yeah, I'm taking the Broncos also. You can really see how not only is the offense starting to click, but the Denver defense is actually really good.
Yeah, as proven against a pretty decent Saints team.
Right. And, Cincinnati, offensively, they have some weapons. I'm not too comfortable with them defensively, but I'm going to take Denver here -4.
And next up we have the Packers hosting the Cardinals. The Cardinals looked horrible against San Francisco. And offense, I don't think that as good as the Packers. -11, Aaron Rodgers coming off a fairly sub-average game. I mean, it was not impressive at all. Look for him to rebound this week. -11, go ahead and give me the Packers at home.
Yeah, I'm taking the Packers here. One, because of Arizona's offense just not looking good. Granted, it was against San Francisco. Kind of keep an eye out for, Jordy Nelson. Is he going to be back or not? This offense looked a little different last week without him against a Jacksonville team that I really thought they should have handled easily, and they didn't. So I'm taking the Packers, but kind of keep an eye on the injury updates, see who's playing.
Yeah, and even though without Nelson, I mean, even a guy like Driver fills in. I mean, I think he had a touchdown last week. I don't even know how old he is. He seems like he's been in the league for like a million years.
Yeah, he's probably a good couple of years younger than us.
Reality check. Next up, we have the Colts at home hosting the Dolphins. I'm not sure as of right now what Tannehill's status is. That's obviously going to play a big part in this game. Right now, give me the Colts. +2.5 at home. I'll take that any day of the week. I love that play actually as an underdog.
I'm taking Miami, and irregardless if Tannehill plays, Matt Moore did not play too bad last week. The reason I like Miami more is their defense. Their defense has really been playing well. So I'm taking Miami on the road here.
Yeah, and this game here, I mean, both having rookie quarterbacks, both being fairly young teams. Look for maybe whoever wins this game to have a shot at the playoffs. I mean, it's quite possible. And, obviously whoever wins is going to have a little bit of advantage over the other one. And next up we have the beat-up Ravens hosting the Browns. I hate the Browns. The Ravens' offense is still got Ray Rice, supposedly one of the best quarterbacks in the world according to himself, and Joe Flacco. Give me the Ravens -3.5 on the road at Cleveland.
Yeah, I'm taking the Ravens too. Cleveland's defense hasn't looked bad, but Baltimore, after the ass whooping they took two weeks ago against Houston, you got to think they're coming out of this bye week hungry to prove that.
And once again, is Ed Reed playing?
I don't know.
we can tell. Exactly, we have jobs. we have the money to spend on these games. Where the hell am I at? Oh, next up we have the Texans hosting the Bills. Look for a mauling here. I think on the road, the Bills are going to have a tough time to keep up with Texans offense. -10.5, couple large spreads here. -10.5, give me the Texans.
Yeah, taking the Texans at home. Buffalo, even though they had that one game against Arizona, which, I guess isn't that big of a deal now.
Yeah, not anymore, yeah.
But the 2 games prior to that just got bombed by New England and San Francisco. They might score a late touchdown or two, but I like Houston to cover here.
And next up we have RG3 against Cam Newton. Go ahead and give me RG3 at home. Pierre Garçon, I'm guessing, is not playing again, which would really, really help out RG3 like you wouldn't believe. But he finds a way to get it done. Cam Newton's and the Panthers seem to be a little frustrated lately. RG3 at home, -3. I'll take it.
I'm taking Carolina. Had a good game against Chicago. Defense really stepped up because Chicago had some short fields that they really could have put some more scores on, but defense was able to stop them. Washington's pass defense, not that great. Maybe look for a Steve Smith play here in fantasy. I'm going to take Carolina to cover here.
Next up, we have the Lions visiting the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Lions are actually a 3.5-point favorite on the road. Go ahead and give me the Lions. No MJD again, even though his backup Jennings was used a lot. It's still not MJD. The Jaguars are in a little bit of trouble here with their injuries. And even when everybody was healthy, they're not the best team in the world right now. Even though their defense last week held Aaron Rodgers in check for a while. But look for the Lions just to come in here and hopefully take over this game fairly easily, win by maybe a touchdown.
I'm taking Detroit. The one thing I've noticed about Detroit, they always seem to get off to bad starts. and they seem
for the last 2 years.
Yeah, third and fourth quarter, they're trying to catch up. They got to come out this game to me and really jump on this team early. If they can do that, they can probably just kind of take a part of the game off. But no guarantee they're going to do it. But I'm going to take Detroit to cover.
And next up, we have the Titans hosting the Bears. I'm actually taking the Titans in this game. Reason being is they're at home. Look for them to just try and give Chris Johnson the ball. It's going to be tough against Chicago's defense. But at 3.5, I like them to cover. Bears might win this one by a field goal on the road. It's always tough. Since the Titans, I think, beat the Steelers at home this year. Is that correct? I'm trying to think.
And lost to Indianapolis.
Yeah, but it's like one of those things where I think the Titans are still trying to find themselves with, Hasselbeck being in there. I think he's good enough to keep the ship in the right direction. I mean, obviously he's not the future. I mean, he's the way the hell past. But go ahead and give me the Titans to cover 3.5. Do they win this game? I'm not sure, but I think they can cover. Feels good.
All right, and I'm gonna take Chicago.
They're playing good.
I think the biggest question is who will score more, the Chicago defense or the Tennessee offense? Good Lord, the Chicago defense has 6 touchdowns. I think it's just outrageous. So give me Chicago to cover here.
And next up, we have the Seahawks at home hosting the Vikings. -5. I've got the Seahawks. Look for their defense to just try and shut down Adrian Peterson. And it's just like every week you say it. Seattle's at home. I like the 5 points. They're playing better. Look for Sidney Rice to have a decent game.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Minnesota. I think that's one thing they have is the running game, which can kind of maybe take the crowd out of it a little bit. You're not gonna obviously shut them out because it's such a great home field for Seattle. But I'm going to take Minnesota to cover here. I still like Seattle to win a close game, but give me Minnesota +5.
And next up we have the Buccaneers, whose offense is suddenly trending upward, going to the Raiders. Go ahead and give me the Buccaneers. Here's another upset I like at plus, they have it +1. But go ahead and give me the Buccaneers on the road at the Raiders, even though the Raiders look decent against a crappy Kansas City.
Yeah, but the thing with Oakland is they're so back and forth sometimes.
That's why
this is
the back week. Last year was the 4th week.
Yeah, they beat Pittsburgh at home, and they just I don't know. I'm gonna take Tampa Bay. Last 2 weeks, I know last week I said the offense looked good against New Orleans, but I need them to prove it. Well, they went to Minnesota, which is a very good defense, and they had a really good game. I like Tampa here to go and get a win here.
And next up we have the Giants, only a 3.5-point favorite at home against the Steelers. Number seemed a little low to me. I don't know if this is a trap game that everybody's like, holy crap, the Giants are only a 3.5-point favorite at home against the Steelers, who look banged up, and all their running backs are banged up a little bit. I think Mendenhall didn't practice. Their new guy,
Jonathan Dwyer.
Yeah, he didn't practice this week, and I think they're the backup to the backup. He practiced, but without a run game, Big Ben finds a way to usually get it done, but not in New York. Go ahead and give me the Giants. The Giants -3.5.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pittsburgh here. The last 2 games Pittsburgh's played with Jonathan Dwyer, it's been the offense I expect to see from Pittsburgh. They got the solid running game. They're getting 100-yard production out of the runner. It really, when you're able to run the ball and pound it 4 yards a carry, it really opens up things for Ben Roethlisberger in that passing game. If they can do that against the Giants, I think they've got a good shot to cover here. I'm not going to say they're going to win, but I like them to cover 3.5.
And next up, we have the Falcons at home, a 4-point favorite over the Cowboys. Go ahead and give me the Falcons at home. I think it's one of those teams where I think everybody's waiting for them to fail because of their, success last year and then blowing it in the playoffs. But I'm taking the Falcons at home. I mean, until somebody beats them, I'm going to keep taking these guys, and they've been doing well for me. So I'm going to go ahead and take the Falcons -4.
Yeah, I'm taking the Falcons also. Dallas, Romo had 420 yards, but he had 4 picks.
He sunk them early.
But if that's all you do is rely on the Grand, they were down 23-0 early in the second quarter, so they had to kind of go to a passing game. But I think they've got to be more consistent and balanced in getting a running game going. I know you don't have DeMarco Murray, but
Felix Jones. He's actually a little banged up right now.
Yeah, so if they can't get the balance in that offense, I look for Atlanta to be able to shut down that passing game a little bit. So give me Atlanta to cover at home.
And for the Monday night game, we have my second team, the New Orleans Saints, hosting the Eagles, who are pretty much done for the year. And unfortunately, they just could not get their ship going at all. But The Saints last week, who I was expecting a monster shootout with the Broncos, did not deliver. In fact, both teams that I follow lost by a total of 45-7 and 36-3. Is that right? For the Broncos and Saints?
No, they scored 2 touchdowns.
The Saints did?
14, yeah.
Where the hell?
They had 14.
All right, well, it wasn't as bad as I thought. Unfortunately,
It was late when they scored the second touchdown.
we were watching. We were watching the pay-per-view. Sorry. But go ahead and give me the Saints at home, -3. Unfortunately, the Eagles, I think, are just on a sinking ship, and look for the Drew Brees-led Saints to really rack up some points this week.
Yeah, I'm taking New Orleans also. They're at home. They tend to play better at home, except for that loss to Kansas City. Don't ask me how. But I'm going to take New Orleans to cover at home.
And I know a couple people always ask what kind of parlays are we putting together. Like I said, unfortunately, we usually don't do that till, literally it's like Sunday morning.
Saturday or Sunday.
Yeah, I'm like getting up Sunday morning and seeing what the lines, because the lines actually do sometimes change quite a bit as people start to bet toward one way or the other. These lines change. But as of right now, I'm definitely probably going to put in a parlay that I put together. I'm going to go ahead and put the Colts money line with them being a dog at home. For me, I'm also going to take, even though we disagreed a little bit, I'm going to take the Buccaneers on the road money line, and that's another underdog, and then the Giants at home money line. I'm going to go ahead and take that. Parlay those 3 should pay fairly well.
But we agree on one of those 3. I'm going to do my own parlay and screw you.
Well, let's tell them about your college parlay, and let's go.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do for my college parlay. Last week, 2 and 3, I think. Not great. So, see what we can do this week. Tomorrow night, Thursday night, you got Virginia Tech at Miami. Virginia Tech's favored by 1.5. I like Virginia Tech. Saturday, you've got the Missouri Tigers going to Florida. Florida's favored by 17. Unfortunately, Florida got beat by Georgia, so I look for Missouri to get their ass kicked in
Tigers
Florida.
are on fire, though, right now.
Yeah.
They beat a Kentucky team that was tough.
Yeah. So, now, take Florida -17. You have Georgia Tech at Maryland. Maryland's a dog by 7.5 points. I like Maryland at home to cover. You got Cincinnati at home. You get Syracuse. Cincinnati's favored by 4.5. I'll take Cincinnati. And last but not least, for all my Cornhusker friends at work, you've got Nebraska at Michigan State. Nebraska's favored by 2. I'll take Michigan State.
Suckers!
No, so that's my 5 games. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. Anyway, it's Halloween night. Nothing's on. This is like one of those football dead time or sports dead times.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, unless you're an NBA fan. Unfortunately, here in St. Louis, we don't have a team.
Got Ghost Hunters.
Ghost Hunters. Watch Ghost Hunters. Well, we'll go give out some candy. I got my black cat with me. Well, he's kind of black. He's got a little bit of a dot, if you can see that. He's actually a mean cat.
Yeah. Is that allowed on here?
Is that
Where he's showing? No. He's hanging his crotch up in the air.
Anyway, I'm going to go give away some candy to the kids. Boom. Y'all have a good one. Everybody on the East Coast, I hope you're dry. I know hurricanes are no joke. I've got family that live down in the Biloxi area and moved down there right after Katrina hit, or right before Katrina hit. So I know the damage that it can do, and I saw all the damage on the East Coast. So hopefully everybody gets their power back. Everything gets back to normal for you guys. So other than that, we're going to go. Let's win some money this week, huh?
Yeah, I hear you.
Peace.
Happy Halloween.